It is funny though. I mean, he does think that he can just. I'm not sure if he really thinks that sure. I'm not gonna lie. Donald Trump probably scares a lot of people. He don't scare me because I know he's just playing everybody for a chump. I'm not saying like he really isn't a madman. I know he's a madman, but he doesn't scare me because I'm not afraid of what he's going to do. Not because he's not specifically targeting black people. It's just because he's just a madman. You don't. Madmen usually have this thing where they do try to make everybody afraid of them. Because you see the people who aren't afraid of Trump, he gets irate with them. He can't even stand it because it's those type of people that Trump knows he will never ever win over. And since he can't win them over, he knows he can't win over the whole country, and he yada yada do. Those people be like, you see, Trump is just a liar. He doesn't know anything. And then he loses votes. But he loves the media that will play into his hands and cradle his ball sack all damn day. But he doesn't like that. He doesn't like people like Elizabeth Warren who got in his face and literally exposed his ass, basically. He don't like that because he got exposed. You see, our presidential candidates do not like to be exposed. They hate that. They like it when everybody cowers down to them. But Trump, I really do think Trump thinks he's scaring the rest of the world. I really do think he has that, like, he thinks the rest of the world is scared of him. They're not as much as scared as you as they are laughing at you. Like Britain, Europe and stuff. After he talked about how he would nuke Europe if Muslims, and stuff like that. Europe basically said Donald Trump is a fool. He can be a fool in America, but he will not be a fool in Europe. So they're thinking, like, let's ban Donald Trump. That'd be quite funny, because then that means we lose all. If he was president, that means we don't get to communicate with Europe. That would be kind of funny if you ask me, but it's true. That's how the rest of the world is reacting. But you got those Trump supporters who are like, yeah, he's making the rest of the world respect America. They're just laughing at us, guys. They're not respecting us. They see right through this clown. Like China even said, the rise of power of a racist guy is certainly interesting. I wonder how this will play out. And then they put ha 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 in parentheses. They're not scared of us. They're not scared of Trump. You think they're going to be scared of a buffoon? Well, sure, he might try and nuke them, but then what's that going to do? They're just going to nuke us. You just don't get it. You people don't get it. You really don't get it. I'm not trying to be that one guy who's calling, Trump supporters out, but you just don't get it. We don't live in a world where everybody's scared of America. Because nobody's scared of anybody, technically, if you really want to think about it. Most countries aren't scared of us because they aren't. And we aren't scared of most countries because we aren't. But no. People just don't get that. And they can't get that. So, I'm just kind of sitting here thinking people are literally voting for this guy because they think he's going to change us. One thing that I hope happens is at this point, though, would I take Hillary over Trump? I've given this many thoughts. And at first, I was just saying Trump. Now, I'm really not so sure because this guy is crazy. Like, he's just crazy. He's a madman. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying like I never have any crazy moments because I definitely do. And I usually, when it came down to Hillary versus Trump, I always said Trump. Now that I've been given this more consideration, as I said, I'm not even so sure because Hillary is that corrupt politician who plays it like, oh yeah, but I'm not corrupt. I'm like for the people. Yeah. Trump, however, says he's not corrupt, but then will act like he's corrupt, but then act like he's not corrupt, so you can't even tell if he is or if he isn't. Then he'll say some stupid shit to get, because again, he's, as I said, he's trying to treat politics like a reality TV show. So when he says stuff like, swearing and stuff. It's because he wants to treat it like a reality TV show. He is a crowd surfer. I noticed that out of him. That's no question. Like, I don't like him. I don't know what it is. It's not that I just hate Trump and I'm a crowd follower. So I just have literally, I can't stand him. Like, his voice is stupid too. Oh, I'm Donald. Like, it's like this. It's like, you see, we need to ban all Mexicans away from America. Mexicans in America, no good, no good. Like, I can't even do his voice. It's just so. It's like, who talks like that? I doubt when you are honestly eating dinner with your wife or something, you don't talk like. I swear to God, you probably don't talk. If you do, please change your voice. No, I'm joking. But it's funny. It's also really funny how people think that, Donald Trump is, he's against the political correct. Because if you don't know what political correct means, it's like the world is so sensitive to everything, and that's true. I don't know if I've ever made this point clear in videos, but the world is quite sensitive to too much things. Like, the world's pretty sensitive. If, like I said, if you swear, the world's so sensitive to that. Like, I'm not gonna lie, our world is pretty sensitive. It's kind of being taken over by pussies. And I don't mean the good pussy. I mean, it's literally being taken over by people who will cry over the littlest of things. It's like if you were to say what I'm saying, like, people aren't laughing at us because of immigration. People are laughing at us because we do stupid things like jump off cliffs, put condoms over our heads, you know, have people that walk around with bandanas and sagging their pants. You get called, oh my gosh, this guy is so insulting to everybody. That's stupid. It's like, it's not as much as insulting as you just don't want to hear the truth. You want to still think that America's only being insulted because of, hey, we got immigration deals. No, it's because people are literally laughing at our stupid people. We are stupid. We elect crooked government thugs basically to come in there and take everything. And then we complain about it because we let the government convince us that it's the Mexicans or the Muslims or the black people or the white people or the Chinese people or the Japanese people. It's so on and so on. It's somebody else's fault. It's never the government's fault. It's always that. And that's why the world's laughing at us. Because we're just that stupid. We can't seem to realize that it really is the corrupt government. And most of the world would have been able to realize that by now. They're like, your government's so corrupt, but they're playing you all for chumps. Ain't that funny? It's true. I'm not trying to say that, like, Trump's only saying immigration's a big deal. But honestly, that's what his entire campaign is built on. Is, I want to build a wall. My main question with him is, though, since it's never been answered, again, since our media just cowered down to him, my main question is, how are you going to build this wall? You already know no one's paying for it. We're paying for it. You got the money. You say you got the money anyway. Why would you want to? And plus, people can still just, I bet you anything, people are going to climb it. I would laugh so hard that when he builds this wall, it's like still immigration still happens. I would laugh so fucking hard. Because it would just prove everything. But it's probably not going to happen. But I'd laugh hard if that did. I'd almost die laughing. That would be Peter Sonic's deathbed. The laughing bed. But he just is so stupid. He's just so stupid. He just is so stupid. His entire campaign is basically built on, we need to get these illegal immigrants out, and that will fix everything. What are you going to do to get them out? Are you going to have a police force going around knocking on door to door to check if people are illegal immigrants? Because honestly, if the police showed up on my door and asked if I'm an illegal immigrant, I'd be like, see ya. Because I'm not. So, what are you going to do to get them out? I want to know. No, he's never been asked that question. If I was on the media, see, we really do need a real media to expose people like this, because the people like this are making presidential elections and they don't even answer really questions that much. It's funny. It's funny when you ask people, though, why do you support Donald Trump? They go, because he's going to build a wall and make America great again. Well, aside from building the wall, how is he going to make America great again? He just is. How? He's rich. Okay? But a lot of people are rich, but they don't really have what it takes. I don't know. Because he can do it. They don't know. They don't know anything. Because they don't, I'm not saying like they don't know anything smart-wise. I'm saying they don't know anything about Trump's policies because he's never said them. Why? He's never been asked about him. So, it's hard to know something that the person themselves won't even state. I see this great unknown in Donald Trump. That's how I see it. It's just literally a great unknown. He'll say one thing, but then he'll say another. A lot of people thought, hey, when Donald Trump becomes the nominee, he's gonna stop flip-flopping and stick to what he has. Well, earlier in the race, he was talking about how he's gonna tax the rich. Not tax the rich, how he's not gonna tax the rich and keep taxing the middle class and poor families. Now he's gonna tax the rich. Now that he's got the nomination, he knows that he has to appeal to everybody. Ain't this funny? It's like you could have, flip-flopped your mind anywhere before. Why didn't you? And he's like, oh yeah, because I've been around the world and I've seen people that only make $7 an hour. Dude, you've already known that was the case. You knew that was the case. Don't feed me that bullshit. You have to be stupid to believe that he never knew people are making $7 an hour. Otherwise, why would he even comment on the minimum wage situation? Again, if you fall for that, he is playing you for a chump. It's plain and simple. It would prove that we don't have intelligent voters because people are just hearing one thing, but they never heard the other. You really do got to hear stuff like that and then think smart about it. Think smart about it. Why would he comment on it if he never even knew people weren't making that much money? He knew people weren't. He tried to say, I'm going to tax the middle class and poor so the rich people would vote for him. Now the rich people voted for him. Now he's got to appeal to the other side about the argument. You see what I mean? It can't be that hard to follow. I mean, you can't tell me you're that stupid and can't see that. And if I really have opened your eyes to something, then I'm good. I'm glad. That, and he just has... How do I put this? Trump even said, I'd be fine with letting the economy go down, because if it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. He's like, I will build this wall, even though it will hurt the economy so much. He's fine with that. He's A-okay on that. Because he's like, at the end of the day, I'm rich. He's kind of like, Donald Trump is one of those guys that if you pay him a bunch of money, he might go invest in a hotel built on the Atlantic Ocean. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't. If it does, you get a good deal. That's how he's always managed his money. Why do you think he's had a bunch of bankruptcies in his career? Because literally, he's done stuff like that. He just randomly invests money and then when doing so, just doesn't care if it happens or not. But see, that's fine if you're going to run a small company. But when you're running a country, you don't get the money back, people have to pay for that money back. You don't just get the money back. It doesn't really work. I don't know. That in Donald Trump's speech is literally I don't know. It's kind of weird. I'm not trying to say oh, Donald Trump's speech is stupid. What I'm trying to say is the way he talks is dumb. No, not his voice. His words. When you listen to his words, he uses big words like tremendous, stupendous. He doesn't even use big words. I should say he uses kindergartner words. And I read, I've heard people say Donald Trump's speech patterns remind them of a kindergartner. And the more I watch him, the more I actually think that's kind of true.